Today, I will be giving you my top 5 strategies to help save you the most money with the least amount of effort. For those weeks when you are burning the candle at both ends and you are absolutely exhausted and you don't have any time or mental energy to devote to thinking about frugal living, by doing these 5 easy strategies consistently, you're gonna save a ton of money. And you are going to be able to buy back your time, get yourself out of that 9-to-5 grind sooner. Okay, guys, let's get into this. Number 1, only shop on the weekend. Do not shop during the work week. So if you work on the weekends, whatever it is, whatever your work week is, if you are working, you are not shopping. And here's the reason. When you are exhausted, you are looking for a dopamine hit. One of the easiest ways to get a dopamine hit is to get online and, order some stuff, and then you feel, oh, I feel better. But the reality is, no, you have just probably bought yourself some clutter, some things you don't need, and now you are further from your financial goals. The other reason why it's wise not to shop is because when you're exhausted, it's so easy to make bad decisions. Maybe you buy something faster than you would, slow down with your purchases, be very intentional, and you don't really have time to do that during the work week. Save that for the weekend so that you can spend your time shopping around if there's something that you want. One of the best ways to save money is to simply put a pause between your finger and that buy button on your web page, because it's too easy to buy stuff. All you need to do is tap a button, maybe a couple of buttons, and bam, all your money's gone. No shopping during the week. Replace that dopamine hit with some exercise or a nice warm shower. Take some extra time in the shower. That's so wonderful when you're exhausted. Do a nice foot soak if you have time for that. Read a book. Just break out the journal. Or do not shop, do not go to the store, do not tempt yourself. Try to keep your grocery shopping on the weekends. No online shopping, no in-store shopping. And think of it like this. When you don't buy something, you did buy something. You bought yourself your time back. You bought yourself your freedom sooner. That is what we are trying to do here. Rule number 2. Meal plan using only simple recipes and pair weekly sales ads at your local grocery store with a core list of foods that are always cheap. Simplify your recipes for the week. I'm talking 5 ingredients or fewer. Do not plan for elaborate meals when you know that you're going to have a busy week and you're just not going to have the time to actually cook those, because what's going to happen is you're going to end up leaving those in the refrigerator and you're going to go out to eat. Going out to eat is going to cost you more. Then you have that food that's either going to go bad or you're going to have to freeze it. So when you're planning your meals on the weekend before you go shopping, make sure you're planning things with 5 ingredients or less. And along the lines of planning your meals using 5 ingredients or less for weekday dinners, the other part of that is that you're going to choose, I'll leave a list in the description of a core list of foods, which are notoriously, they are always cheap. They, even if they're not on sale, they are very inexpensive. Potatoes, carrots, onions, those types of foods. I will leave a complete list in the description, so you can avoid the decision fatigue each week and just take that core list of inexpensive foods and go through your sales flyer at whichever store you're going to shop at that week. Go online. Maybe if you drive past it during the week, swing in and pick up a sale flyer, whichever is more convenient for you. But just each week, you can simply choose from the store, 1 or 2 stores that you're going to go to. Choose some items that are on sale and plan your menus around those sale items, as well as that core list. That's going to reduce the decision fatigue and make shopping and meal planning so much more simple. And that time savings alone is going to be a huge relief when you are exhausted. And it's also going to be a guaranteed way to quickly and without any effort save lots of money. And that is what we want. When we are tired, We want the things that can give us the most bang for our buck. As for the third thing that you can do to save yourself a lot of money that is super simple,
buy your beans and grains in bulk,
is to buy your grains in bulk. That would be your rice, quinoa, einkorn wheat berries is one of my all-time favorites. You can check out my channel for recipes and conversation about that. But when you buy your grains in bulk, it's going to simplify your menu planning, because every week when you're going through the grocery store, you're not going to have to buy any of those things. You're already going to have plenty stocked up in your cupboard. And that would be actually grains as well as beans. These are wonderful things to just buy in bulk to make meal planning and grocery shopping so much simpler every week. So buying those things in bulk can save you lots of time as well as lots of money, and it takes very little effort. Simple strategy number 4.
establish one fend for yourself and one use it up day per week.
Is to implement a fend for yourself day, one fend for yourself day every single week. And that is going to be a day where everybody does leftovers. You pull everything out of the fridge and everybody just picks what they want from the leftovers. That's going to remove some of the stress from you. That is one less day where you don't have to do a meal plan. That is one less day that you need to shop for groceries. It's going to save you time, and by eating up all those leftovers, you're going to save so much money. So one work day every single week is going to be leftover day. Pair that with one weekend day is going to be a use it up day. That is going to be your pantry, fridge, and freezer day. Depending on which day you do your grocery shopping, I would use either Friday or Saturday night dinner as your fridge, freezer, and pantry clean out. Usually on Friday and Saturday nights, you have a little bit of extra mental space to use a little bit more creativity, and that's exactly what you're gonna need for your fridge, freezer, and pantry clean out days. You're gonna need that extra mental space for creativity. And even if you're lacking creativity, go to ChatGPT and ask, I have this type of meat, this type of veg, whatever it is that you're trying to get used up, just ask ChatGPT to give you 10 different ideas on what you can do with it. I have a pound of ground beef and some spinach left over. Give me 10 ideas on what I can do with that. And then if you don't like any of those 10 ideas, give me 10 more ideas. Give me 10 more ideas. Give me 10 more ideas. And just keep doing that, and something will click. And that's what I do when I'm lacking creativity. But a lot of the time, when your mind is more at ease, which would be like Friday and Saturday nights, your mind is going to be much more mentally at ease, and you can much more easily come up with those ideas, and you might even enjoy the process. Simple strategy number 5 to save yourself a lot of money with minimal effort.
Do a midweek perishable fruits and vegetables inventory, and don't forget, as previously mentioned, to make use of AI to generate meal ideas.
Wednesday or Thursday midweek inventory. I'm not talking about inventorying all the food in your house. I am talking about specifically fruits and vegetables. Get in your fridge, check your perishable fruits and vegetables, and at least choose 1 to 3 things that you would like to get used up next, and plan your next meal around those items. This way, by the end of the week, nothing will be getting bad. And that's also going to kind of put it in your mind for the rest of the week, what items you still have on hand, so that you can be thinking of what to do with those. That's going to minimize how much goes bad by the end of the week. All right, you guys, so these are my 5 super simple strategies, and relative to the amount of time and energy that they take, they are going to give you so much back in the long run. But the reality is, the only way to escape that 9 to 5 grind that is keeping you exhausted is to be as frugal as possible in your everyday life. All right, you guys, well, wishing you the best as you head back to work this week, and take very good care of yourself. Remember, health is always more important than wealth, but ultimately, We're trying to get out of that 9 to 5 game. We're trying to get our time back. So go and put these 5 strategies and you will be able to see just how much money you can save with very little effort. Okay, guys, have an awesome week, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.